In today's tutorial, we are going to talk about how to graph modulus functions. So how do we tend to sketch uh, the function that involving modulus? So let's start with a parent graph. So when I say parent graph, what I mean is the initial graph that you're supposed to know before knowing details. So there we go. So the parent graph is f of x being equal to the modulus of x. Okay. So the best way that we're supposed to do, we need to find the central point. What do I mean when I say the central point? Get what is in the modulus only, equal to 0. So for x, so in this case x is equal to 0. So 0 is the central point. So then I need to get 2 points. So I'll have this. I need to get 2 points below 0 and up 0. So here is the central point 0. So the numbers that are greater than 0, I'll get 1, then I'll get 2. The numbers that are less than 0, I'll get negative 1 and negative 2, just like this. Now I need to find the value of y. So this is x, this is y. Okay? So y is equal to the modulus of, I'll start, if y is negative 2, what will be the value of y? Remember, anything in the modulus comes out as positive. So that becomes positive 2. So there is positive 2. What if I put negative 1? So it will be y is equal to negative 1. Now in the modulus, y is equal to, then it will be 1. So here 1. If I put 0, that is going to be 0. What if I put positive 1? So it will be y is equal to, where there is x, put positive 1, you end up having positive 1. If you put 2, you end up having 2. Now, that's the first step that I want you to understand, is that you only focus on what is in the modulus at first. Equate that equal to 0. So for x, in this case, this is a parent graph. X is already solved. After finding the center, or let me say the central point, then the next thing that you're supposed to do is just to find the value of y. Then now you can sketch. You just get 2 numbers up that number, 2 numbers below that number. Then you sketch. So this is going to be my graph. Okay, this is going to be my graph. I'll put it like this. So in x we have got negative 1 and positive negative 2. Then we also have 1 and 2. So I'll put 1, then I'll put 2. Okay, so the other thing that I want us to know is this. Y we have got 1 and 2, 0, 1 and 2. So I'll put 1, then here I'll put 2. So let's see the point that we have. Negative 2 comma 2. So negative 2 is here, comma 2, it should be there. Next is negative 1 comma 1, which is there. The next is 0 comma 0, which is here. The next is 1 comma 1. I'm just following these points here. So 1 comma 1 is here. Then we also have 2 comma 2, which is there. So then my graph has to touch these points, starting from this point. So now the central point, that's where now the graph is going to curve. Have you seen like that? So you have to include the arrows on top there, because we don't know where the graph is going. Okay, so that's the graph of f of x. Now the same graph they can put f of x being equal to, if there is negative outside, what it means is that the same graph, you multiply it by negative, meaning everything has to be shifted toward what? The negative side. So now if there is negative outside the modulus, you have to shift it like that. So that's how it is. Okay, so that's the parent graph I wanted you to know. Now we're going to look at several practice questions under the same modulus functions on how to graph. So here are the questions that I have. So the question is, sketch the graph of the modulus function below. In each case, use your graph to state the range of the function. Now the reason why they're not mentioning about the domain, because they know that the domain is going to be all real numbers, because these are linear functions. Okay, yeah. So let's start with question 1. So question 1, like I said, just get this. What is in the modulus only, equate them equal to 0. So for x, so 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. So 2x will be equal to negative 8. Divide both sides by 2, both sides by 2. X will be equal to negative 4. My central point is at negative 4. So I need to get two numbers. So this is x, this is y. I need to get two numbers. So negative 4 is the central point, so it has to be in between here. I need to get two numbers greater than negative 4 and less than negative 4. So here it will be negative 5 and negative 6. Okay? Yeah, it will be negative 5 and negative 6. Then the other thing that I'm supposed to know is the number that are greater than this, that is going to be negative 3 and what? Negative 2. Now, this is y is equal to the modulus of 2x plus 8. So y is equal to, when x is negative 6, what will be the value of y? So that is going to give me negative 12 plus 8. So y will be equal to negative 12 plus 8, that is negative what? Negative 4. So then anything in the modulus, it comes out as positive. So y is equal to 4. Just like that. Next, I have to put in 5. You just do like that. Okay. So if you put negative 5, that becomes 2 times negative 5, that is negative 10. So negative 10 plus 8, that becomes negative 2. So the modulus of negative 2 is 2. So here this is 2. We also put 4. So if I put 4, negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So you have negative 8 plus 8, that is 0. So y is equal to 0 when it's negative 4. Then we put negative 3. So negative 3 times 2 here, that becomes negative 6 plus 8, that becomes positive 2. So then it's just 2. So there 2. If we put negative 4, that is going to negative 2 is going to be negative 2 times 2, that is negative 4 plus 8, that still gives me 4. So the modulus of 4 is 4. So that is 4. When you do that, come up with the graph. So the x values, all of them, they are negative. So what I'm going to do is, to make my graph neat, I'll do it like this. So I have neg 6, neg 5, neg 4, neg 3, neg 2. Here, don't put anything. If you want, you can put 1, 2. It's alright. In y value, we have got 2 and 4. So I'll put 2, then 4. So let's start. So we have negative 6, comma 4. Negative 6 here, comma 4 should be there. Next we have negative 5, comma 2. Negative 5, comma 2 is here. Then next we have got negative 4, comma 0 is this point. Then next we have got negative 3, comma 2 is again, this is negative 3 on top here. That's the point. Then negative 2, comma 4 is there. So what does it mean? So here is the graph. It will touch this point until there, the central point. Then at the central point, it will always curve. It will go like that. Okay. Now you need to put arrows because you don't know where the graph is ending. That's the most important thing. Don't forget. Okay. So I'll add the arrows because I don't know where the graph is ending. Just like that. So now the domain in this case is all real numbers. It's from negative infinity to positive infinity, because the domain, these are x values. Now the x values, any x value is going to give us defined. Okay, but let's look at the range. So the range, we look at where the graph is starting. So in y-axis, where is the graph starting? So the graph is starting from this line. So this line is y is equal to 0. So 0 is included. Even from the coordinate here, you can get the range from the coordinate that you have. The coordinate, the lowest value from the coordinate that we have is this is 0. Now 0, then it goes like 0, 2, 4. So it is going toward positive infinity. So starting from 0 all the way to positive infinity, that is my range. Okay. So that's the basic idea behind that. Now let us look at the next question. Okay. Let us look at the next question. So the next question is, you get is this one, B. Just get what is in the modulus, equate them equal to 0 to find the central point. So 3x is equal to 6 divided by 3 by 3x is equal to 2. That's the central point. X is equal to 2 is the central point. After doing that, the next thing that we're supposed to know is just come up with a coordinate. This is x, this is y. So we are going to have the central point is 2, so I'll put 2 in between. So get two numbers less than 2, okay, and two numbers greater than 2. But those numbers, just follow them like that. 2, 3, 4. So here is going to be 3, then 4. Then here is just 1, then 0. Just like that. So now we have got y is equal to the modulus of 3x minus 6. Okay. Now y will be equal to, where there is x, put 0. What are we going to have? Y is equal to, this becomes 0, so it will be negative 6. So then, if that's the case, y will be equal to, anything in the modulus comes out as a positive, so it is 6. So I'll just get rid of this. Now let's put 1. So it will be 1 times 3, that is 3. 3 minus 2, that is negative 3. In the modulus, so it comes out as positive, so that becomes 3. Let's now go to the same 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So there is 0. Then 3 times 3, 9. 9 minus 6, that is 3. Then 4 times 3, that is 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. Now let's go ahead and sketch this. So I only have positive for x. Because of space, I'll put it like this. Okay. So go ahead and determine the what? The range. From the previous question I gave you, the simple technique that can help you. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in where we have got 3 and 6, just put them like that. And 0. So 0 we know that is there. So let's see. 0, 6 is that point. Okay. Let me use a different color. It's that point. That is 0, 6. Then 1, 3 is here. 2, 0 is there. 3, 3 is here. Then 4, 6 is there. Okay. So now you get your, just join these lines like this. Then it goes like that. So you put the arrows because you don't know where the graph is going. So the domain is all real numbers from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, the lowest point is 0. Now where is it going? Positive infinity, because 3, 6. So the range is starting from 0 to positive infinity. Okay. Now that is it for the second one. Let us go ahead and look at part B. Okay. Let us go ahead and look at part B. So part B is saying we have 8. Just get, so we are only interested we are only interested in the part that is in the modulus only. So forget about 8 for now, but it will come back. So you say x plus 4, what is in the modulus only, equate them equal to 0. So for x, so x is equal to negative 4. That is the central point. Okay, that is x, that is y. So remember what we have been doing. So you put -4 here. Okay, you put -4 here, then it will be -4, the number that is less than that. Now here we'll put -5, then here it will be -6. Then other numbers from -4 we have got -3 and the -2, like that. So let's go ahead. So we have got y is equal to 8 plus the modulus of x plus 4. Now let's see. We have got 8 plus the modulus of x. Now when x is -6, what will be the value of y? So 8, bring it the way it is, -6. -6 plus this 4 is -2. Anything in the modulus comes out as a positive. So this now becomes +2. So y is equal to 10. So you put 10 here. So that's what you're going to do. Okay. Next, you are going to say y is equal to 8, then minus or plus, where there is x, now put -5 plus 4. Y is equal to 8 plus, here that becomes -1. So y will be equal to 8. The modulus of -1 is 1. So y is equal to 9. I'll put 9 here. Next, you put -4. So when you put -4, what are we going to have? In the modulus here, it will be 0. Okay? It will be 0. So it will be 0 plus 8, because it will be -4 plus 4, that is 0. 0 plus 8, that is 8. Now let's put -3. So if you put -3, it will be -3 plus 4 in the modulus, that is 1. The modulus of 1 is 1. 1 plus 8, that is 9. If you put 2, -2 is going to be -2, that becomes 2. +2. So +2 plus 8, that is 10. I'm done. Now you need to look at the values of x that you have, so that from my side here, I can clearly see that they are all negative, so my graph should be like that. And I don't have anything, so I'll put it like this, so that the graph should be neat. So in x negative x direction, I've got -6. Next, I've got -5. Then I've got -4. I've got -3. Then I've got -2, like that. So in y, the lowest point is 8. So I'll put 8 here. Then I have got 9. So what I'll do is I'll put 8 here. Then I've got 9 and also 10. These are the points that I have. So let's start with the first point. The first point is -6, 10. -6, 10 is here. -6, 10, it should be somewhere here. Okay. The other point that I have is -5, 9. -5, 9 is here. Okay. Then the next is -4. The next point that I have is -4, okay, -4, 8. -4 is here, 8 is there. That's the point. The next point is -3, 9. So -3, 9, it should be here. Then the next point, although it's supposed to be bit to this side, but nothing is going to be complicated anyway. Then next is -2, 10. Again, -2, 10 is there. Just join these lines. So starting from this point, touching these 3, then it has reached there, so it will curve going that side. You just follow that. Put the arrows because you don't know where the graph is ending. So that's the graph of that one. Now you can clearly see that the domain is still all real numbers, but the range has changed. Now look at the lowest point here. The lowest point that I have is 8. So 8, it is going 9, 10. So meaning that starting from 8 all the way to +11, infinity. Again, if you look at just the graph only, look at where the graph is starting in y. The graph is starting at y is equal to 8. That's why it is starting from 8 all the way to positive infinity. Okay, now these are the questions that I wanted us to solve. Now there is a video for um, 51 minutes that is going to help you to understand all the remaining questions. So we have D, E, F, G, H. I have solved these questions with better explanation. If you want to access this video, that is going to help you to understand everything and solve all the questions which are here, you need to go on website or check the link in the description below. You'll be able to find the link and then log in, then go on functions and go direct to modulus functions, graphs of modulus functions. You are going to find it. So you have to register with us to access this video. Again, at the same time, there is a link that is, I think you can see the link on top there as you are watching this video. There is a link that is saying modulus full topic, modulus graphs of modulus functions full topic. You can also click there, you'll be able to find the full video, then you'll be able to access it. Okay,